Got a bit of lots of going on in the bee yard today, so I thought I'm gonna wear a jacket because there are so many bees right out here with the nectar flow, and some of them have been kind of ornery a little bit. This is the swarm that we caught and put in Brian's new box. We had a second, like a medium super on here that we were using to funnel bees into when we were putting the swarm in, and I forgot to remove that medium box at the end of the day, and they built comb all on the roof. So we ended up having to cut the comb out and put it into empty frames. And because I ran out of large rubber bands, I used hemp string and tied it in, and they've been busy pulling it, chewing it and pulling it out, and it's kind of cute. Like, it looks like little bee kites every now and then because they try to fly off with it. And I want to go in and help them, but I don't know if it's still attached in there, and I don't want to hurt any bees. This is a colony that this weekend, as you can see, we don't have the bee bombs here anymore. We dissolved them because they were queenless, and they've been queenless, I guess, I'm estimating about 3 weeks. So I didn't want to leave it any longer and have laying workers. So we moved, there were 6 frames of bees in there. So we moved 2 here into Fuzzy Nuggets. Then we moved 2 into this colony that we had split off from the original bee bomb. So this has the original bee bomb queen. And then we also put 2 in Happy Hive way over that the taller normal Langstroth size box. So we had 3 hives get donated 2 frames from the bees, but what happened was a lot of the forage, they were all like flying age. And I think a lot of them just came back here, and this was the nearest hive that was near their old location, so this one got swamped with bees. So I'm gonna put another super on there in the next day or so, just make sure they have enough room. These guys are making a good recovery. They had, when I had checked them, I think this was like a week or so ago, I noticed all the bees were moving really slow inside, and they just weren't acting right. They were acting like they were starving, kind of like the colonies that we had a few weeks ago at the farm. So we sprayed them, gave them some fondant, but they didn't really seem to be recovering, and I got one of those weird impressions in the night where you wake up in the middle of the night and I realized I think they're dehydrated. So I put some syrup in there, and they've pepped up, and they're bringing in pollen and raising brood, and I'm really happy to see that. Here's the honeysuckles. I need to check, probably add another box on here very soon, probably this week, but we're having a bunch of rain coming in, so not sure I can get that done after work today. Goldenrods, I do not think these guys have a queen, and it's been about 3 weeks since they swarmed too, I'm thinking. So, and they've had many false starts where they've swarmed up into the tree and come back. So I don't really know what their story is, but I haven't seen a lot of pollen in here coming and going like the other hives, so I need to check them, and ran out of time this weekend. Then we have Darcy's colony, which they're always the mega busy hive. You see the bees all over the grass. Little colony, we checked this weekend and we could not find a queen. It's been about 3 weeks, so we're gonna probably combine them, maybe give some of the bees from Darcy's colony in there to boost them. Well, that won't work because we need a queen. We may combine them with Brian's because it looks like Brian's colony has a new mated queen. This is one of the ones that swarmed this is one of the ones that swarmed and we caught. So the queen from this original queen is in that box right there. And so there's a new queen, and they've been bringing in a lot of pollen. So, oh yes, and I did check, and they had brood. The original swarm, they had some swarm cells in here, which we had split and put into this colony in the hopes that that would be a new mated queen. I believe I saw a virgin queen in there, but nothing's been happening, so she may not have made it back. But anyway, this colony then, since we have the original queen in the other box, this one also has one of the swarm cells we must have missed. but they have some freshly capped brood in here. So the queen here, which would be the same age as that queen, already has some capped brood. And this one, we haven't seen any eggs or anything. So I think we'll need to combine that with Brian's. They recently were queenless. I found out that last week as well. And what did I do? What did I do? I gave them a queen. Oh yes, one of the two colonies that was starving at the farm. One of the queens had died during that, and one of them came back, and Brian brought it in the house. The Fuzzy Nuggets, one of the Fuzzy Nuggets original queen. So we had given them to the camellias, and then, but they were only like 2 frames of bees, if that, maybe a frame and a half. So when these guys, Happy Hive, became queenless, we moved the Fuzzy Nuggets queen and those frames of bees in here. And so they're doing good. Oh, we got an angry bee. There's one of these hives over here has angry bees. Ethan got stung just walking by the other day. So I'm not really sure what's happening, but anyway, I think these 2 colonies I'm gonna move over to the farm once I am sure that they're looking good.